What's up, beautiful people? So today's video, this is for entertainment purposes only. I always gotta say that because I feel like I'm gonna get taken down for some of the stuff I'm talking about. But anyways, today's gonna be astral projection. So after I got out of the hospital, I went to go see one of my friends, and he had told me that his roommate had done astral projection. So I started looking into it. Now, I do recommend using binaural beats, and I'll put some videos over here that I use that have worked for me, and also the Monroe technique works very well. It does take about 35 minutes, maybe a little bit longer to get into, and each time that you practice it, even if it's not successful, you're still building your way up to learning. You know, it's like practicing. You know, you got to start off with small weights before you can hit the heavy weights. But I recommend doing this in a room where you're alone and it's quiet. I do use the sheet technique, and the reason why I use the sheet technique is when you lay down, you want to keep everything spread apart a little bit. You don't want anything touching, and you put the sheet over you, and you want to make sure you're comfortable. Now, I've heard of hot techniques, cold techniques. I haven't used one. I've just used a comfortable technique to where my body's comfortable and I don't have to move. You will feel itches and stuff. I strongly recommend to ignore them as much as possible, because that is going to be the best way for this technique to work, because if you move, it's kind of like hitting the reset button. Now, when you're listening to these videos that I've posted over here, breathe in through your mouth, breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. If your mouth gets dry, you can use a little bit of coconut oil, or also Ormus, made by I Am Joy. I'll do a video on that later. That stuff, it definitely works. It's just hard to explain. Like I said, I'll do another video for that. But you're going to lay down, you're going to listen to binaural beats. You're going to want to have headphones on, so you have left and right set up right, because it's for one side of your brain and the other side of your brain. And there's a frequency here and there's a frequency here, and your brain produces the third frequency. So as you're doing this, just kind of lay down and focus that you're breathing through your heart. Breathe in, breathe out, and you'll start to feel your body sinking into the bed. And then when you come to this point, you're going to feel like your arms are lifting, and this is where the sheet comes in handy. Because remember, you have the sheet on you, or blanket, so you would feel the sheet lifting up. And you don't, because that's your physical body. So when your soul starts to pull out, you can literally start to lift your hands up, and you can go past the sheet. So this is how you know when the pull's getting ready to come. Now, some people will hear noises in their ears, or like a loud noise, or like a pop. I haven't really experienced anything too loud or crazy. Like I said, I've only been able to pull this off about 3 or 4 times in about 6 months of harsh environment. That was sleeping next to somebody that snored all the time and was touching me and, like, you know, trying to cuddle with me when I'm trying to do something else. But that's all training. You know, you train in a hard environment, you're going to be better at it in a calmer environment, and it makes it more easier. So when you get that pull, you can either visualize a silver rope that you're pulling yourself out, and you can pull yourself out of your body, and that's when you come out. Or you can do the technique that I use. When you start to feel the pull, you can literally just roll out onto the floor. You're not going to fall on the floor. You kind of like skip that phase, and then you're kind of like away from your body. And now for this next part, I do recommend leaving the door open, walking away from your body. Go into the next room, look around, stay calm, like realize what's going on, and then turn around and go back into the bedroom. And when you go back into the bedroom, you will physically see your body laying there. Now, it gets even wilder, because you can walk up to your body and you can touch it and feel it as if it's as real as reality. Like, the last couple of times I astral projected, I actually brought a bouncy ball with me, because that's how I know the difference between here and there. Almost like the movie In Deception, where they had the top that wouldn't stop spinning. Same general idea. In the astral planes, if you throw a bouncy ball, it doesn't stop bouncing, it keeps going. In reality, you throw the bouncy ball, you know, it loses its momentum and stops. You could bring a top, you can bring a bouncy ball, anything that would lose consistency there, if you want to bring something with you just to help you realize here from there, because it is that real. And it's wild, because animals see in other dimensions. And if you get into like Egyptians and why they got into the cats and dogs are protectors against negative energy. Like the dog that I'm here currently dog sitting in Texas, she's been in my dreams multiple nights, and dreams are another version of astral projection. It's just you don't have as much control. Because when you astral project, you're actually leaving your body and leaving it behind. There is no danger in doing this. The only thing I do not recommend, don't be watching scary movies, don't be in a bad mood, don't be fighting with somebody, because it can reflect through your astral projections. So I highly recommend it. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer, feel free to drop a comment. I think that's about it I have to cover on this one. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys start trying some astral projection, because, dude, we're interdimensional beings, and being able to leave your body and to go out to Egypt, or to go check on your friends, or to do whatever you want, and then to come back to a rested body, and then to participate in this beautiful world, oh my God, it's amazing. And that's what the Egyptians did. They didn't have TVs, they didn't have cell phones. They sat in silence, and they were able to, work with their mind, and they worked with dreams, because that's what they had and that's what they played with. And I'm more excited to go to sleep these days and try and astral project than anything else. But like I said, if you guys got any questions, drop a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Love you.